A viewer. Hello and welcome to the Short Story Funny Story website in this blog. And I suppose for what it's worth, this is my bio. My name is Roger Crates, and there has been some minor speculation about the origin of the name Crates, and all I know is that it has been passed down a few generations, and the meaning of the word crates has become murky with the passage of time. Now I know that you know the word crates means the plural of a box-like object used for the storage of milk containers, but let's face it, that has very little appeal if you happen to belong to the Crates family. Members of my family, and it must be said, most notably me, have been saying, upon meeting someone new, my name is Roger Crates, crates as in boxes, and there you have it. Personally, I believe it is of Anglo-Greek origins, a bit like Socrates or Hippocrates and other great renowned thinkers of that ilk. This brings, of course, gales of laughter to everybody who actually knows me, except, of course, family members stuck with the same surname, who strangely seem to agree with me. I am considered by most to be an older man, as you can see, and at 62 years along life's path, I guess I have to agree. Well, sort of anyway. That 62 years has had some benefits, as it has led me to have a rather interesting life, mostly full of joy and happiness, and enough sadness to make me know and appreciate the happiness. If I had a curricula vitae, a CV, or a list of things I've done in my life, it would fill up too many pages and probably bore you stiff, but to list just a few, I have been a naval apprentice, judo instructor, postman, hospital wardsman, business owner, salesman, and that was all before I turned 20. In later life, I've applied myself to the fields of jewellery, charity fundraising, security, and a few other bits and pieces. Now, as you can see, I write, although there are many who may differ about me being considered a writer at all. Some might even have a bit of a conniption. They claim that words like conniption or curriculum vitae are not lower, for want of a better word, are not lower common denominator stuff, and insist my readership need to easily understand whatever it is that I write. This seems to be a sensible approach, but I do so love words, and if conniption and curricula vitae give people pause to ponder, I'll use that wonderful character played so hilariously by Mark Mitchell, Con the Fruiterer, who says, it doesn't matter, because you'll get my drift anyway. Back to the bio. I have been married twice, have 2 children, 4 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandson. My marriages gave me great joy, and the happiness outweighed the sadness. On the Short Stories Funny Stories website, you will find my Where's Roger blog, which is the front page, and another page has Roger's columns, which are both updated weekly or sometimes more often. Where's Roger is about my adventures around the wide brown land, so why Where's Roger? How did I come up with a name like Where's Roger? Well, obviously the Roger part. But I was planning a trip around Australia on a motor scooter. My friends wanted to know a few basic things. 1, was I totally crazy? And where would I be? Where was I going? And when would the madness end? So I thought long and hard and came up with the Where's Roger as the slogan, which answered at least 2 out of the 4 questions. In truth, it answers none, but I can at least let people know where I am and where I might be going through this blog site. The answers to the other 2 questions are for others to know and for me to find out. Roger's columns, though, is basically a series of essays or commentaries on the society we live in. I hope to tackle these things with insight and humour, and I hope you return again and again. I have also written an autobiography called Love, Life and Wet Fish Dancing, and I've managed to bang out a few short stories to boot. Thems that read them seem to like them, so I can't ask for more. They are available from this website if you feel so inclined. I will be travelling around Australia, and as I do so, I wish to complete a long-held ambition to write a series of short stories revolving around Australian rural towns and the wonderful characters that live or have lived in them. If you have such a short story, why not contact me through the website and we could have a chat about your own yarn. Now, regular readers of the columns will see a few a couple of phrases I use in some of my written pieces on this blog. So just as you'll know, I always find one thought or a storyline leads to another, and this is why you'll see the words "and that, of course, is another story" featured occasionally. The other one you may see concerns my motor scooter on which I travel around Australia. Now, a motor scooter is generally regarded, in one's mind's eye at least, as a little thing, and I am not a little man. I ride a motor scooter because I love to ride, but as I have osteoarthritis and new legs, new bits and pieces, knees and hips and things, I can't throw my tree stump legs over a motorbike, so I need a step through. And this gives me the appearance of a pimple or a pumpkin, or in reality, a pumpkin or a pimple, as my father might say. A large man riding a small bike tends to look a little effeminate, and although I am not a particularly macho sort of guy, I must admit I do not wish to be seen as effeminate either. So to dispel your mental image of a delicate fellow on a little motor scooter, I often remind readers that I ride a motor scooter, quite a big one, more like a bike actually. And on that note, enjoy the short story, funny story site, Roger Crates, as in boxes.